Now I got to go over here and view my channel. I am live. Okay. I am live. God, this computer's slow. I hope this is the one too. I'm sorry for the streak of light. It's the what? It is from the overhead light above me. Let's see if we can just. Oh, look, we can do that, but then I can't see the chat. Let me look at the chat on my phone. All right. 4 for the win. Yes. Let's just look at the chat. Okay. How do I make this bigger? Chat. Okay, well, I can look at it over here. Holy smokes, folks. I didn't get a lot today. Well, I got enough, but I got a nice big zucchini too. Okay, now let's. Okay, well. This is what I picked. I wasn't going to pick until the weekend, but I went out to pick tomatoes, and there wasn't really anything worth picking. So I'm just snapping beans here, folks. You're just going to have to put up with my face because I can't see what's going on. I have no idea why it kept canceling out with my phone when I was trying to live stream. And I'm on, I should have put it on data. I should have just put it on mobile data. But today, I had no idea that the webcam on this still works. Okay, let's make things. Okay, hang on a second. I want to get this blown up just a little bit more so I can see the chat better. I don't need my picture so much as I need to see the chat. Okay, F11 that. Live chat. There we go. And then we're just going to, oh God, this thing is so slow. Hey, Bob Brink. Okay, let me pop out the participants and see who's here. Bob Brink from Big Scott Billings, Montana. Denise Hackett, just mom doing stuff. We call you be jamming. I keep going to look up the phone that's not there. Just me, Lacey Black, Linda Bopp, Rosie Slade, Sherry Leach, and Susan Fain. Let's go back to live chat. And I'm just going to sit here and cut beans, folks, because that's what I'm doing. You don't need to see me do it. That's probably why there's nobody here, because it's like, she's still snapping beans. I'm sorry you did not get a video today. I've just, I don't know. I'm things are coming to a head in the garden, and I'm soon going to be doing garden medley vegetables and all kinds of videos. And I just right now, it's all I can do just to keep on top of my own life. You know what I mean? I know you must have missed my question. I'll ask again. Can you show me what you use to shred cheese? I use a cheese grater. You mean the carrots? You mean the carrots I shredded? I use it for carrots. I'll show it to you. I'll show you what it looks like because I have 2 of them. I found my other old one that I bought at the dollar store. Oh. Oh my God. Goodness gracious. You know, they train us in color, right? I was watching this thing the other day, how, the subliminal advertising, but This is what they look like. Okay. It has a finely serrated, this is the better one to see, a finely serrated edge across here. And then as you grate it, these teeth go down through the carrot and slice it. I just use it to grate cheese with a cheese grater. Hey, Minnesota farmer's wife, Julie. Hi, April. How's it going? Why do you want to see my cheese grater? I don't understand. I'm not getting up again. It's just a rusty old box cheese grater that I love. I have a newer one that's more oval, but it's not as stable as a box grater. So, okay, give me a second. I'll show you. Ouch. Where's my cheese grater? Made me get out of my chair. Well, I gotta go to the bathroom anyway, so. Probably. Well, I don't know where it is, kids. I got this one, which I hate. I hate this because it's just, I don't like it. I have a box one. I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Briar, do you see my cheese grater? Listen, sweetheart, before you start buying me gifts, I'm going to tell you a little something about me. I don't like things that come in parts. This, I'm missing the parts for this. This is the exception, and my big slap chop is the exception. Yeah, it's just rectangular. It's a box grater with a handle on top. Well, the handle's long gone. But, I got to put some water in my... I just realized the juice of this isn't going to be enough. That's better. I'll turn that right down. There's my cheese grater. It's pathetic looking, but it's mine, and I love it. Now I got to find the tops for my zucchini thing. Yes, folks, it's dish Jenga today. Not a big deal. All right. Oh, what's going on, Lynn? I'm missing something. Somebody repeat that, please. It's easy as the chopper, easier to clean even. Game changer. Love mine. Takes 2 seconds to do a whole block. Okay, I will I will trust your judgment on that. Just got back in from outside cutting a little bit of the grass. That's one thing I'm glad I don't have to do anymore. Howie just whippersnips, and he better whippersnip this weekend, or I won't be able to get in the garden. Nice day here in Minnesota, mid-70s, sunny with a little breeze, sitting on the deck with my dog, Swartzy, and suffering from COVID. Oh, you poor thing. I'm so sorry to hear that. It's a shitty time of year to get a cold. It really is. Can you tell me the name of the green bean that is long? The one I cut up? The big flat one? They're called Bev's beans. Do you know why they're called Bev's beans? Because they are a scarlet runner. Here's a short one. They're a scarlet runner crossed with a Polish yellow flat bean. That's why I save my seeds. You know, I get some interesting combinations. But I still have some yellow Polish beans from that I got that I'm going to be putting in the garden next year. But I like to save my seeds because, you know, my soil's used to them. Or they're used to my soil. So I can cut it down to use in my garden beds. Been doing it for years. Really? I never thought of that. I have the same four-sided grater. As long as items are cold, frozen, it works for many things. Works for everything I need. But there's just some things, you know, like, I mean, when I did that Temu thing, right? And they sent me a whole bunch of free stuff. You'll see, oh, look at all this free stuff. But half of it's crap I never use. And they're giving it to me free because nobody wants to buy it, right? But then they gave me a $600 credit to order enough stuff to do 4 videos, and I got enough stuff to do 1 video. And then I said, look, this is really unprofessional. And I found out that they're just actually trying to flood our market. The dollar stores weren't fast enough to destroy our economy, okay? I don't want to talk about it. It's negative. Hey, Tammy. My grandmother had a red speckled pan. That was her applesauce pan. Everybody has something. But I also have an attachment for my KitchenAid to grate cheese, but I don't like it. It doesn't do it the way I would like it. So I think I'm going to get 3 pints of beans and about, oh, you're no good, about 5 pints of zucchini. Because the zucchini garden had a baby. Oh. Where can I find your address to get Amazon shipped directly? Oh, just email me. If Linda Bop's here, she'll put my Connected Hearts email address up there. Just email me and put your address in the subject line so I will know. I got several email addresses, guys. So, all right, Rosie, have fun with your jam. I have the attachment for the cheese grater for my KitchenAid. I've used it one time and yeah, exactly. Right? But I mean, it's handy. I tried it on zucchini to shred zucchini. It was crap. The zucchini had to be hard. You know, it preferred hard things. Does anyone else not let anyone use their special kitchen tools? Yeah, well, I have a pair of scissors nobody's allowed to touch. As long as they put them back, I don't care, right? As long as things are put back, I don't care. Hey, Briar, in, hold, out. You're taking stress breaths. Do some breathing. My grandma used to use it before me. Don't care how rough it looks. That's right. Someone, you're disgusting rust covered. There's rust in our water. There's rust. Where do you think iron comes from? Cheese and crackers. Not gonna kill anybody. Poor Briar comes. He brings bottled water. Why? Because he doesn't trust my well. Had it forever. Never bothered me any. And I drink straight out of the tap. How he likes his going through a Brita, I don't know why. He says it tastes different. I don't think it tastes any different. I'm taking a break now from scrubbing carrots from my garden that I harvested yesterday. Yeah, I got carrots. Parsnips are waiting for the first hard frost. I got carrots and parsnips and celery to harvest yet. And probably I'm hoping to hit 52 pints of beans. This is, and if that's the case, that's a pint a week for a year. And I used to grow beans and then I'd have to go to the farmer's market and buy a bushel. Not anymore. I just grow more beans. My fave is garden pulled carrots wiped off on pants and eat. I'm like that with tomatoes. Our tomatoes didn't do well this year. I got a third of a bushel maybe, and that's about the size of it, but I don't know. I don't know if it's worth the space. You know what I mean? Something ate all your beans? Probably a deer. Probably a deer or a groundhog no, slugs don't eat all the beans. You know what I mean? If you got a lot of beans, slugs don't eat all the beans. So are they planted in the ground or are they in raised beds? Are they pole beans or are they bush beans? I don't do bush beans anymore. I don't do bush beans because I have to bend over. And they don't give me as much as my pole beans do. Hey, Seashell. Thank you, Linda. Whoops. Fire and stuff all over the place. So tonight we're having deconstructed cabbage rolls. I found a mini meatloaf in the fridge freezer, and 3 sausage patties. So I busted them all up. Added some rice and some dehydrated cabbage. I am not canning cabbage and tomatoes this year. I am dehydrating cabbage, and I need a lot. I need about 5 good heads of cabbage because I've got to get a bag of carrots for dehydrating and for coleslaw. I got to make coleslaw. We're almost out. I made 12 jars. I think I got 4 left. It's like candy around here. Yep, I do. I take the bad spots, cut them off. Well, unless it's done something to the piece of vegetable. But hey, Bucket, how's it going? Hi, Charles. Darlene, the beans are eaten at the roots. It's a raised bed and no deer. That's I used to get that with my bush beans, and they would just the first 2, as soon as they popped out of the ground, something would eat the first 2 leaves that came out, so they didn't grow again. And I used to have to I just plant pole beans. Thank you, Seashell. Busy beaver. I know the list goes on, but you know what? I was saying this on the Life with the Wolfies live today. I found myself, I talk to my plants, okay? But I found myself thanking my bean plants today. Some of them are old and tired and brown and not producing anything. And there's a couple more vines coming up, trying their best. Every time I found a little handful of beans, I would just say thank you. And the more I thanked it, the more I found. Because this was not a big picking. I wasn't going to pick until like Saturday. So use the connectedhearts@gmail.com. Just me. The Connected Hearts, and put whatever you want to get my attention in the Subject line, I get a lot of spam. I get a lot of crap in my email because I'm a YouTuber, because my cell phone call. I'm really pissed that it wouldn't let me live stream. I'm really pissed. I pay my bills on time. Well, most of the time. But the deer around here listen to heavy metal and dance under the end street light. They are animals, I tell you, wild. Hey, Michelle, how are you, darling? Well, you know, the way I look at it is we are coming full circle from 100 years ago, guys. I mean, 100 years ago, artificial food was just starting with Crisco, and people were starting to value money more than self-sufficiency. But there were people like my grandparents who did this very stuff on a regular basis. If they had the garden space, if they had the sales, I don't know, because I never met my grandmothers, but I've been told that apparently I'm carrying on a family tradition that almost got lost. So I have lots of lard. Oh, and we're going hunting. We've secured our hunting grounds. You know, we don't like to assume, so we always ask permission every year because, you know, it's just polite, right? But this year we're going earlier because we're bow hunting. We're hunting with the crossbow this year. So Howie's got his eye peeled on looking for a meat saw. And if this weather don't cool down soon, we may not be able to hang it for very long. Carrying on and teaching. Well, I mean, I taught myself. A lot of my stuff I taught myself. Briar's got his headphones on. I built an incubator once out of a plans I got from the library. And I got a rooster and I collected 5 eggs about a week later. And I hatched 3 of them. I collected 3 of them. And I collected 5. I candled. 2 were no good. And 3 were good. And then I got my kids up one morning at 5 o'clock in the morning to come downstairs and watch the chicks hatch. Did it just for that. I already had chickens and stuff, but I wanted to show my kids. Yeah, he regrets letting that meat saw go, but that's okay. You know, that's okay. Oops. Wow, we're getting there. Only got about 2 handfuls of beans left, and then I can work on the zucchini. Haven't done any canning this year aside from jelly from all the things life has thrown at me this year. Yeah, it's you know, things are just going to start throwing at us harder and faster. They're trying to baffle us with bullshit, and it's working. But you know what? We just got to keep doing the things. Oh, that's right. I'm going shopping tomorrow. And do you remember the one year the onions were on for $1.99? Then the next year they were $2.49. Not last year they were $2.49. This year they're $2.99 for 10 pounds. But I'm going to get 4 bags of onions and get them chopped. I can't find those little bags, those little snack bags. I used to be able to get them at the dollar store. I can't find them because I like putting the onions in those and then bagging them into a large baggie for the freezer. Double bagging them, A, gives you portions for cooking, and B, doesn't smell your freezer up with onions as they're freezing. Absolutely, Fairy. Of course it is. Well, so they have onions on sale, beets, carrots, and they're trying to tell me, 10-pound bags. They're trying to say, $3.99 for 10 pounds of potatoes is a good deal. No, it isn't. Or is it $2.99? If it's $2.99, I might get a couple more bags. I want to can some more potatoes. I do. There we go. And I'm not canning them. I'm not dry packing them. You know, they're fine. We've been eating them. but I'm just not fussy on the texture. It's like they get cooked but undercooked. So we're almost ready to do the zucchini, folks. And then I can put this in the fridge till after supper. Well, I won't put it in the fridge. I'll just cover this and put it, and then after supper, I'll do some dishes, wash some jars or whatever, and then I'll can these before I go to bed. Then I shut the canner off just as I go to bed. So, yeah, they're okay, but they're not great. Yeah. So I'm just going to go back to doing them the way I like to do them, which is a nice big. I might do some smaller jars. I'm running out of pint jars. I don't know how I could be running out of pint. Yes, I do. I've been canning zucchini in them. But, oops. That's okay. That is quite all right. So I was telling earlier that I made a nice big meatloaf last night, and I made I took canned rutabagas and carrots. I still have them from 2022. A jar of rutabagas and carrots, and a jar of carrots, and I mashed them with brown sugar and butter. Bit of salt and pepper. But Briar's not fond of them, so I made a jar of coleslaw too. Then I had to make a jar of coleslaw for Howie's lunch because the leftover meatloaf I was going to put in Howie's lunch. Briar didn't realize I was saving it, and the big mouse got it, which is fine, absolutely fine. I just popped open a half-pint jar of canned chicken breast and made Howie some chicken salad sandwiches and a jar of coleslaw and a couple of bananas, and he was good to go. Do you know what's the best part about all this canning? Is having a store in your kitchen when you run out of stuff. I keep looking at my picture up here for the phone, but I keep missing the so, you know, every time so it's worth the work to me, but it gets a little harder every year. Next year, I'm sticking with zucchini and beans and leeks planted in egg cartons. And, leeks, beans, zucchini, tried and true stuff. Maybe I'll have apricots next year and I'll make apricot jam. I often don't make it, but the recipe from Linda's Pantry and Heather, that sweet onion jam. What? See, I hear that and I think I react like Briar did when I said, let's make tomato soup cake. I go, what? What is sweet onion jam? And what the hell do you use it on? Like, do you put it on pork chops or something? Like, I just can't fathom Howie eating onion jam. I've seen pepper jelly, hot pepper jelly. Not a fan. We're not spicy people, you know, in case we have to be, unless we have to be. You know. Balls was disappointing. It was really good. It's really good. I just, you know, like I'm going to have to, I got to get like 4 to 6 more big. I know it sounds gross, but I mean, people are swearing by it. So, all right. Check and make sure I got all the beans done. And then I'm going to go get my fan because I'm going to get really hot in a second, slapping that chopper for the zucchini. Okay. There is my bucket. I will be right back. I'm not, but onion jam is really good. Use it on burgers. Sugar on burgers. Can't do it, guys. We need less sugar in our lives, not more here in this household. Sorry for the slurp. I'll be right back. I got to go get my fan. Oh. Set it up on my walker over here. Okay. Now, ketchup is sweet. Okay, I never thought of it that way. And good on burgers. I bet onion jam and tomato jam. Huh. Oh. I've also used it on pork chops, chicken, pretty much any meat makes me happy with. Okay. All right, now. The hydroponics garden, not a fan. Not a fan. Some people say they like it because they use it to start their tomatoes and stuff. But to me, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, oh, I might grow a couple of tomato plants this winter. But the nutrients, you have to buy them offline. I don't think they're natural. So I'd be eating tomatoes that were fed on chemicals and water. When they put the picture on the box, they must put full-grown plants in it to make it look that beautiful. But I'm not a fan. So I'm thinking of putting it out to be sold along with my loamy. That's not something I'll use again either. And again, it's something else that you have to add. You have to add stuff to it. And all it does is grind it and dehydrate it. That's all it does. So I'm going to get rid of the loamy and the hydroponics garden. I'm just not fussy on them. Just me. If you have giant tiger or no frills, they had plenty. Plenty of what? Okay. It's good on meatloaf. It's like barbecue sauce. Okay. Okay. Sweet onions. Okay. All right. Well, I am, guys, you just got me canning coleslaw this year. It takes me a long time to adjust to changes, right? Whoops. Slippery little bugger. Not in my area. I've been doing all the stores for the past 4 months. 20 pints of green beans, and I thought I wasn't going to get anything. And just like Bev, I've been thanking my garden for everything. Absolutely. I'm going to get Howie to turn over the carrots or even dump them out of the bins. I've got so much celery to harvest. Let's get the green off the bottom here. Okay. Now, I want to cut these up. I spend summer dehydrating them for winter. Okay, now Set that over there, over here, stack it over here. You guys have seen me do this, so I'm not going to try and show you. But look at this. I discovered this one day instead of using a spoon, and I just about died. Oops. All right. Get a couple of these on the go, and then I will, I'll start chopping. I'll hollow them out first. Yeah, that's what I mean. I thought about it, and I thought, what a great idea. And then I started saying, oh, you got to add chemicals. I thought what they were going to give me would be like organic ingredients. Nope. Chemicals. So I'm not, I'll just stick to the way I'm doing things. Hey, Kathy Acevedo, how's it going? Okay, start stacking these guys up over here. And then I can finish. Well, that one's fine. That doesn't need just this last big one. I'm so hope we get a deer or two this year. Getting one deer would be amazing, but getting two does us all winter. Oops. And I did some research last night, and yes, you can make broth and bone broth out of your venison bones. So we'll be doing that this year. God willing, we get venison. All right. Now, put you over here. Move you over there. Hey, Linda from Rhode Island took off from work because it feels like I'm having a fibro flare. Oh, honey, I feel you. I really do. Okay, just gotta wipe this off here. I wiped it before, but the beans might have had some dirt on them, so. Okay, I want this a little bit thicker. There we go. Hey, Kim, how's it going? There are times when I want to cry with gratitude when I visit the garden, even when it's not doing the best. Absolutely. I know the feeling. I get so excited. Send you an email, Bev. Okay. Well, no, I'm going to be canning just before I go to bed. I do it before bed because then I can just shut the canner off and go to bed, you know? What is that on there? Okay. Well, let me tell you something, Denise. I talked to London Sunshine today. Now, here's something else I want to tell you folks. My 15-year anniversary, we're going to say October 1st is our October 15th somewhere. 4 Jars is helping, and London Sunshine are helping to sponsor a 15-year anniversary giveaway. 4 Jars is giving some lids, a jar opener, and a timer. And London Sunshine is giving a dehydrator. So that's coming up. I want to be at 150,000 subscribers for that. I'm at 149 right now. So I'm just hoping it gets better because you got to be a subscriber, right? Remember, we don't call them giveaways. We call them parties. So they're, I don't like that grater anyway. I'm still waiting to hear back. I was hoping I would hear something from Nesco because I have given them unofficial. I have been promoting Nesco for years because that's all I used. Now they're dead. I got to find a new fuse. I got to get Howie to look at it and find out what kind of fuse it needs because I've got all those trays. I've got all the trays and everything. If a fuse can save it, then that's what I'm going to do. Well, they're not fries. They're just little skinny pieces. It's the way I can them. Hey, Jenny, how you doing? There goes my right shoulder, my left shoulder. So I'm going to turn this around. My right shoulder is still pretty sore, but I don't want to do the same to my left shoulder and have no shoulders. You know what I mean? I still have a few pieces left here. Okay. Hello, I'm from Uperland. Where's Uperland? Oh, I must have knocked off I think I knocked off my cooler. Oh, yeah. Hey, Jatan, where have you been? Misty, hey. Yeah, I'm canning tonight. Zucchini and beans. And people are like, why aren't you doing more videos? Well, folks, I'm kind of busy. Someone said, why are you not doing videos? You're just sitting there doing lives. Well, you can see I'm working while I'm living. I got to empty my deep freezer and see if I have more tomatoes. I'm pretty sure the bottom of the freezer is a couple more bags. I'm going to do a big roaster oven again. That's a good idea. I'm going to, I'll be doing that as soon as the beans and zucchini are done. I'm going to do my garden medley vegetables. And I'm going to see if I can't figure out a way of dehydrating my tomatoes. I want to dehydrate a good portion of tomatoes. But I have to see if I can get my Nesco up and running because that's where all the fruit leather trays are. I only have one for this dehydrator, and that's another thing. It only does six trays. So I can't, I like being able to multiply my trays with the Nesco. I was really hoping to hear back from them. Okay, done. Yep, another 6 pints of zucchini. Gonna have to get my last box of pints out. That's gonna give me, okay, maybe 4 or 5 pints of zucchini. Oh, let's just make sure Buddy's empty here. I gotta take it apart and clean it right away because it gets gunky if you don't. So I'm gonna have beans and zucchini to can tonight. This is the Mrs. Wolfe from our half-acre homestead saying, thank you for keeping me company. I apologize for all the false starts and for the crappy quality of this live stream because I'm using an old old laptop with an old webcam on it. All right. I love you guys. Take care. God bless. And remember, keep pinching that quarter. All right. Where am I looking? There. Mwah! I love you guys. Oops. Get over here. Get over here. Boom. How do I do this? Uh-oh. Oh, right. I gotta make it small again, so I can see what I'm doing here. There it is. I love you guys. Take care. God bless.